or bringing us together. Is it right that we let religion influence our choice of partners? And does religion guarantee a successful relationship?
Well, in this modern age, I think it is pulling us apart, which is not supposed to be so. Religion shouldn't be a criteria for a relationship. You don't choose who you fall in love with. Yeah, you can fall in love with a Yoruba guy, but you know our parents, you can say, no, don't go. My mom will tell me, don't go and love a Yoruba boy.
No, Yoruba is not religion, sorry. Actually, Muslim Christian.
Single. Just but then, I just feel it shouldn't be a criteria. So I think it's pulling us apart, which shouldn't be so. You don't choose who you fall in love with.
Okay.
My dad is Christian, my mom is Muslim.
Okay.
So I'm Chrislam. I do both. Muslim, Islam, and then Christianity.
Like, are you Christian?
We're all serving the same God, madam. So
I know, right?
you get, my brother is a pastor,
Actually,
my mom is an alaja, and you get, we live our life. We have the best family in the world. And then you get, so
you know the best family in the world.
Madam.
My family is better than yours.
It's my mommy that's
and the mom, I'm a Christian. I practice Christianity more.
Your family might be the exception to the rule.
Yes.
It might be the exception.
Well, maybe
because
we
in
see things
most cases,
differently.
personal experience, someone I wanted to marry some years back, I couldn't.
Why?
Her sister had just married a Christian and they only allowed it because the guy was Edo, and Edo have Muslims, they're closer to Yoruba, and they said, and they are Muslims, now told her, not the one you got bring us one Igbo Christian boy. And guess who is an Igbo Christian?
His name.
I am the Muslim father's worst nightmare. And if your daughter is not to bring something home, it's me. You get, and she couldn't because she was afraid that after all the wahala they had, she shows up with me. And the guy is the popsy, really serious alpha in Ilorin. They're from Ilorin. You get,
so you have to let her go or she let you go?
I even think...
Funny enough, I was ready to damn the consequences.
Thank you.
She was the one that was scared. I already knew that my mom was going to have the fits. My parents are Catholics and it's as bad as if you bring an Anglican, you need a lot of begging.
Yes, that's all.
Even the same Christianity.
Yeah, even going to the...
I remember another issue that is even deeper. Someone that they're having issues because one is redeemed, one is I think MFM or something else, and there's fight over because their parents are active members in the church, so where they should marry. So you have all those kind of issues. So I think it really tears us apart. You hear simple things like because of we have religious quota for things. Too many ministers are Muslims, too many ministers are Christians. Why does Lagos have only Muslim governors? And I don't believe in all those things, but that's the way it goes here. And we always condemn anything that's not our own. If you're a Christian, Islam is violent. If you are a Muslim, Christians are hypocrites. And there's a partial truth to both of these things, but it's the negative sides of both religions. And then all of us come together to condemn African traditional religions, which those people have their own rights to do it as well. So I think it does. I've chosen to do something else, but it does.
For me,
it tears us apart. Because once you drop religion into the mix, everything goes haywire.
Yes, it tears us.
I think Africans are just overdoing it. It doesn't happen outside Nigeria.
It tears us apart. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with these facts. And my mom is a Muslim and my pops is a Christian, but at the same time, I think the Christians have this. I don't know, the restrictions are mostly from the Christian side. The Muslims, yes, Ilorin people are always very... But I think, like me, my mom knows that if I'm going to marry somebody, she hasn't said it to me before that I'll marry a Muslim. She knows I'll either marry a Muslim or a Christian. Anybody I bring, I'm going to marry.
It's those that want to be seen as religious.
Yes.
That are not really religious. That use religion as a weapon.
I would say why I use
Christianity. Because if you're really practicing, things like love and understanding and compassion, and those are the things that would take center stage, but we are more interested in being the top dog, being the top religion, being the recognized religion, and damning everybody else.
My reasons for saying Christianity is because I know there are also different Muslim groups, but I don't think I've ever for once heard that somebody in Nasfat cannot marry somebody in
a
Ahmadiyya.
Shiite Muslim cannot marry a Sunni.
It's not as deep as it still happens.
I know.
But
Trust me.
Yeah, it's not as deep as Christianity.
That one is
Take Jehovah's Witness for example.
yeah.
Seventh-day Adventists.
No matter how you love each other, if you are not Jehovah's Witness, you can't marry.
See, I have a friend who goes to Celestial Church. This is not even her parent, so I personally said she cannot marry someone that does not go to Celestial, and I'm like, people in Redeem are still looking for husband. You in Celestial.
Seventh-day Adventist.
She said she cannot marry.
The girl said her elder sister married a Seventh-day Adventist, and she would want to marry somebody that is different, Muslim. But because her elder sister actually married somebody in that line, her family will make sure if she brings somebody else, it's a no-no. And I'm like, this is Seventh-day Adventist. Like,
how many people? Like, they're so small.
Somebody else. Oh, my father will not allow me marry Kofo. The reason why we can't take this too far, we still have special life. So last week is that
it just has to be that
my father will not allow.
Understanding and you see your religion just has to be in your mind. Because there are some people that are ministers, they still fornicate, they still commit adultery, they still do all these things. And there are so many, but the truth about everything is that I don't think your religion should actually.
But do you think it's tearing us apart or bringing us together?
I think it's tearing us apart.
Definitely it is tearing us apart because I can remember the very first guy I think I ever dated in my life, like I really loved. We were together like 3 years. That was even way before I got into uni, and
serious?
we were together like 3 years.
You didn't know that?
And I entered uni and all of that. So there was this day his dad said it. I don't know if he said it so I could hear, or he just said it and he didn't know I was going to hear. And he was asking his son if I was a Christian, because he's a Muslim, but his mom is a Christian. She attends Redeem, and the man was like, "Is she a Christian or a Muslim?" Then he answered her. He answered his dad. And his dad was like, software, Mama Christian, wale for me.
Is it the first son?
It's the last.
And the guy's mom is a Christian.
Yes.
That could have still worked.
There are 4.
In my scenario.
There are 4 kids.
Except the mother is a convert.
2 girls and 2 guys.
The girl's mom was also a Christian.
The
in my own scenario.
The guys are Muslims and the girls are Christians.
But I think
like his sisters are Christians, and when his elder sister wanted to get married, like the first girl wanted to get married, they practically had to beg their dad to attend church service, because he said he wasn't stepping into church. Like they follow their mother.
Shout out to my guy Lutana.
Okay, so now
hold on, please hold on. But my friend Lutana, I've not actually said he hates when you hear whenever a girl just says, "Oh, you're a Christian." Nah, it's always disgusting.
I mean, basically, you won't want to disobey your parents, right? No. So that is why.
I'm gonna.
Let me finish.
I want.
I'm sorry.
Sadly.
But I think in our culture, you don't go against your parents.
Wait, if you are
Exactly.
Not even culture. Your religion says.
No, you can't say that. Okay. Exactly my point, because my boyfriend made a statement that year. He said, as much as I would want to do what I want to do, I cannot disobey my father.
You can't.
Even your religion says, God said, honor your father and your mother.
That was what broke the camel's back for me. That was how we broke up.
Mothers will shout. One shouting is not working. They
cry.
Your mother will not say, don't marry Tessie. You sucked my breast for 9 months. And Tessie will not say, Mother, you have sucked my breast for 5 years.
I think it's tearing us apart because personally, my mom is a Muslim. We are Muslims. I'm a Muslim too. And she told me a long time ago. I was in secondary school.
Sleep over.
I was in secondary school then. I had not even thought of having a boyfriend. And she told me, "Mama Christian wale, mother poison is in a way do fun."
Wow, you even say.
Oh, mamu, that rather than you marry a Christian, you die. So that because my mother is an Alaja. She owns a mosque. She built a mosque. Central Mosque. Wait, let me finish.
You don't even want to be an Omali.
But now the person that I'm going to get married to is a Christian.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Are you not going to look at me?
No, wait, they will settle it.
Are you not going to look at me?
Now, is it tearing us apart? Yes, because this is the person I want to be with, and you're telling me this is love.
Are you sure you don't
She
want to
even
be
loves
with
the guy.
You
She's
are
like,
now.
oh, no. He's not a Muslim. Like, oh, he's not a Muslim. This is.
Can I have your mother's number?
What if the guy agrees to do a Muslim wedding?
Let me finish now. He's a Muslim. He's a Christian, and it's a problem. In fact, his mom is an evangelist.
This cannot go. Hello.
Finish.
Actually, my name is Abdullah.
Let's hear it.
My name is Abdullah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Can
meet
I call your mother?
My name is Mosu.
I want to meet your mother. I want to meet your mother.
As I was saying,
Okay.
is it telling us about years? Because what I like the reason I gave her that, oh, this is the person I need to marry is I told her, I said, see, I'm the third girl and I'm the last girl. And if you look at it from the angle of my sisters, when they tried to marry Muslims, like, did it work?
My name is Abdullah.
Okay.
I didn't
So,
know
hello. Now you know.
Muslim.
Now you know. Are you going to disrespect your mother or not? Because that is what eventually at the end
I'm
of
not
the
going to
day.
disrespect her. I'm going to make her come to terms with it.
Can I just say that this thing we're saying, I don't want to be cliche and make it about Christian or Muslim. Even within Christianity, as in, I'm not even different Christian sects, not even between Catholic, Protestant, between Protestants alone. Somebody, and this is one that always amazes me. What church do you go to? Is it a Bible-believing church? I hear that, I followed many people to go and prostrate for post-pop and I'm like, So who is your pastor? Who is what? When did the church start? What are you a worker in the church? And these are all the things that really, really cause issues. They start hearing a prospective father-in-law telling the guy, you know, you take up a role in the church, be a worker, all those kind of things. And if you're going to marry somebody, you have to make some concessions. So to say that you will not let religion affect is not possible. It's going to affect. I'll give you a key example. I'm Catholic. Let's say I marry a Baptist. When do you baptize a child? In which church? Catholics have sacraments. You have baptism, then you do your first Holy Communion, then you do your confirmation before you can do marriage or holy order, which is priesthood or anything. You can't even marry if you've not done the first three. There's actually a line, and the last one is the last rites, the last and seventh sacrament. So there's a rule like that. So it means that if you're a Catholic and you have a child, there's a structure. If your wife is now not Catholic, would she let you send your child to go for all those classes?
Me, I'm going to marry anybody, but my kids must go to the mosque.
No,
Wait,
I want you to
can
do
you
what?
just hear that?
I want you to give
So
me
if you
some
marry a
problem.
Christian, you will say your kids have to go to.
Yes.
So what if your wife wants
see,
your
if you want to
kids
actually
marry-
do it,
So it means
Exactly my
that when I marry, when I'm
Once you
dating a
both
Christian,
become one,
I need to start telling
she
that
starts
when
to
we start
follow
getting
you to
serious
church.
that please.
So in
My
Kofo's
sister-
case, she has to start following him to mosque. I want
Like
to give
your
an
face should
example
be
of a
fine
Catholic
now.
guy who is about to marry a girl whose father is a redeemed pastor in England, whose mother is a redeemed pastor, and she is a pastor.
Oh wow. Then they shouldn't
How
have
do
allowed
you-
the relationship to hold them.
Who shouldn't
Who
have
should have
allowed?
allowed it?
Parents.
They dated
Wow.
for 5 years.
For 5 years.
The guy and the girl,
Did
yes.
he talk to his partner before they got married about this religion thing? Yeah, no.
Where
wait,
is-
wait,
where-
wait.
where the
Communication
parents-
is key.
My point is,
Did they talk about it before they got into it?
In this case,
Did they have
the
an
agreement
agreement?
is probably that they're not going to really stress with church, because I know that whenever she's preaching, he goes to watch her.
Okay.
And he attends. He doesn't miss it.
Okay.
Once she's in, he doesn't miss it. Any program, any seminar.
Put yourself in that shoes.
Yeah.
Would you go to redeem and become a member?
Because your wife is preaching
Because your
today.
wife is a pastor?
I don't think he's
Because
a
I
member.
will gladly
I don't
and
think
your
he's a
wife is
member.
preaching
Somebody
today.
that has more
Okay.
anointing than I am.
Okay.
So who am I? What do I have?
When you are a Catholic,
Somebody that has more
no,
grace.
see, when you are a
What are you
Catholic-
saying?
Listen, when you are a Catholic,
What head of
It's not
family?
about-
Apart
it's not
from
about-
bringing the D, what are you bringing
Okay,
to the
expose.
table?
Hey,
No,
expose,
listen,
expose.
it's not
Please,
about-
bring
What
it.
you're
Bola
saying
say.
now is that
What is wrong with religion?
You said bringing the D to the
religion
table.
can't influence
We didn't ask you to
law.
bring
Is that what you're
You
saying?
shouldn't.
No, but see my point. See my point. With
I like
regards
it.
to the guy, he's not-
But let's
not about going to
address
church.
Christianity and
not about going to
Islam
church.
marriage. Islamic marriage. Let's
No,
Okay, in that
Let's-
aspect.
because
With
we
this
actually
Christianity,
in that
Yes, it will.
Christianity and Islam doesn't even have problem.
Have you guys
Yes.
ever
Everybody
talked
is
about
a small circle.
You know what?
Everybody is struggling to
Christian
keep a small
and Muslim
circle.
don't have issues because
They never-
before the marriage, the
Yes,
whole fight has happened.
has happened.
But Christian marriage, after the marriage, when two of them start becoming important
In the
quote,
church.
in their churches,
There's problem.
that's where the conflict
I
starts.
disagree.
That's
I
why
disagree
you
with
fall in
you.
love with a Muslim if you're a Christian.
I disagree
you don't
with
have
you.
any serious position in your church.
He said, that's not true.
No, that's not
That's
true.
true.
That is true.
That's not true.
That is very true.
How many Jews do we have? That is very true.
Very true. My HOD in church, he said something. He said, Shion, you cannot tell me that you want to date a guy and you want that relationship to lead to marriage, and you're thinking of dating a Muslim and you still want to be coming to church and you want to have kids. So when you have kids, what's going to happen?
Thank you.
And your kids say, Mommy, I want to go to church, and Daddy says, no, you're not going to church with Mommy, you're going to the mosque with me.
You begin to have two sets of friends.
She gets
I think
One in Aspat,
what we
one in
should know
North.
is this.
You begin to have extended
Do you know when I was
circle.
when
Before
I
you
was
know
younger,
it,
when
it
I
becomes
was
an extended family.
when
So
I was
wait,
younger,
before you know it.
So wait. Before you go forward. So are you saying that you would actually prefer marrying a Christian?
Hold on.
Instead of marrying a Muslim?
Your dad is a Muslim. Your mom is a Christian. Are they still married?
Yes.
Happily married?
Yes.
Happily.
Yes.
Happily married.
Hold on. There's
Yes.
the first wife, there's the second
Happily
wife.
because my father is a convert.
He converted.
Yes.
At some point.
So,
Yes.
okay, at some point.
So that is very understandable.
But I know people who were Christian and Muslims from straight up, and they don't have the father doesn't have a second wife, and they are happily married.
Those ones
Very rare.
And I know who said yes, go to the mosque, go to the church.
They are not. I don't know how to put it.
Fashola and his wife. Now here what most people don't know.
It's Fashola's
father as a Muslim. His mother is an Anglican. So that's even a second generation Christian Muslim
My point
married.
exactly.
And they don't have wahala.
As long as myself and my husband, we have one voice. No
So even if
child,
you-
no
So one
child
voice,
married.
one
No,
voice.
by one voice, you mean he has to be a Christian too?
No.
Then you're
Oh, he has
saying
to
it
be-
does affect.
No,
You can't have
my
one voice
point- no, my
marrying a
point is-
Muslim.
Okay, will you marry a Muslim who
you marry a
says,
Muslim?
"Oh, babe, I love you. Let's do this for real, but our kids must go to the mosque"?
No, I won't.
Exactly. So it will affect you.
You
see,
I
what you
have a
guys
very
don't
close friend
understand
who
is
told me that
this.
he's going to marry
Have you ever thought what
go
is
to
the
the mosque?
reason
No,
behind
no,
our
no.
parents persistent like you should marry within your
just easier,
religion?
that's
It's not just being easy. I'm a Christian, you understand, and I know that in the Bible, like teach your children in the way they should go, and the only way they know is the Christianity. So if they are not being able to teach you, like, okay, I want you, this is how you should go about your life, go to church and all that, you marry a Christian, so that they'll be able to give the baton to you, like, okay, they've done the part that God has sent them to do. You understand? I think that's the main reason why most of our parents insist, like, okay, remain in the, because by the time you have a Muslim, there's going to be a diversion, a division within your children. They won't really know what to do. Should I be a Christian? Should I be a Muslim?
They won't grow fast.
Yes, now.
But they'll be very tolerant.
Because they'll be
Because
saying,
they've seen
I've not
two sides
decided
of
which
it.
one I want to do.
That's
You know
what
what? Everybody.
And do you know
testimony.
And do you know
Everybody
the
has
most
a
very
person.
how do I put it? The most very critical part of it is when the guy is a Muslim and he stands his ground that my children have to go to mosque. I have heard so
which is
many
actually
guys.
Proof right here.
saying-
Proof is in the building.
I want my children to know
Same way
God
you
the
must
way I
train
know
your children.
God.
A Muslim must train his children Muslim ways.
What happened to my religion? Excuse me.
That's my point. Just as you believe.
So I should just be going to church
Wait
alone.
now.
My children will
Just-
not follow their father's
That's
That's what Hindu is thinking.
At the point, you have some of the kids that will reason
and then
along
that
with
boy
you and will
made,
follow
he made
you.
another statement. He
At
said,
the point.
in fact, I wouldn't
Okay.
want my children to visit grandma because I wouldn't want my children to be going to mosque with me.
grandma will
And then when they go to grandma's place, grandma will take them to church.
Personally, is religion based affect my choice of a partner? No. Because I don't even, the Muslims I've met though, there was a time I used to think that Muslims didn't even know how to speak English, like Muslim guys.
Baba has just...
So what did you say, fam?
What did you say, fam?
Can you
Oh,
come
she's
again,
a
fam?
Muslim
They used to
now.
have this
She's an
Islam
autistic.
intonation.
Can you come
their
again, fam?
English. Like, I don't know if you guys,
Maybe the ones
I'm talking
that
about now.
maybe the ones that are
Wait.
overdoing it.
I'm talking about now.
Overdoing
You,
it.
are you a Muslim in your mind? Are you kidding?
Abdullah Ibn Badr.
Oh, please. I'm talking about like,
Detail.
serious Muslims. Like, I used to feel that because of maybe the Arabic that they've learned to speak. It's just like if you're French or if you speak English, it won't be. You will have one accent to it. So I had a problem with that. Like I had a problem with that, and I used to like so. I'm not even about Muslim. As long as I like you or what I feel for you. So personally, it would not affect me. But would I prefer that that the person be a Muslim? Yes. But will it affect my choice? No.
I'm not going to marry anybody that I'm in love with. It can be Tezzy, it might be Lola,
I think love is very selfish.
it might be anybody.
Because you're forgetting that there are families that you guys have already before you marry.
Yeah.
So if you're saying because we love each other to hell with everything, you're creating friction between these people that are forced to interact. No, your sisters and brothers are your age mates. They have children. There will be nieces and nephews to you and cousins to your children. You have friends already before you met. You had a life before two of you met. So if you say we're in love to hell with everybody, it's pretty selfish. And when you have these children going down the line, what are they? Who are they? Look at the example she gave of I don't want my kids to go to grandma. you're already creating a gap between innocent children and someone who genuinely would love and spoil them. So it's very, 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 very selfish. That's the honest truth.
Anyway, Mrs. Badmos has not told me that I should not marry a Muslim or a Christian. So is anybody that I want to marry?
You can go into a Muslim Christian and it's cool.
I'm a Muslim, but I will say this. I will say this thing.
Okay, the Christian. Sorry, please. The wife might be the Christian, the guy might be the Muslim, and it will just be like, okay, please, what do you think will be the best religion for our children? You know, they would have settled it. Accept one thing so you don't confuse the children. That because the children are the major key there.
They are one of
to me, it's a big no. It's not a yardstick for. Because we even have religious leaders that, okay, let me say, pastor and pastor Mrs. they still divorce.
Yes,
so what are we then saying?
There are some that
we know that pastor, but
I'm not saying anything.
That I can marry another wife, and they will definitely go for another wife.
Excuse me.
Is that what
Hello. That religion said you can only marry another wife
if you can take
care of them equally.
Yes, I know that rule.
Yes, we human beings we like to deviate for the instruction that was given.
Because even at that.
No, I know about that part that if you can take care of the two of them equally, but do you know that at this age and this recession day,
even with one wife,
you can't take care of her. Don't talk about bringing
if the religion didn't know that if the religion, let me tell you something. If the religion, you need to know that if the religion knew this was going to be easy, that clause won't be there. Because religion knows it is. So if you do that, you marry for, automatically committed a sin.
You know that your own point is driving that, okay, if I can spend on Latifat, I will spend on Alima. It is not about the
no, they didn't say spend,
they
said love.
Love and take care. See, take care of them equally. So if you don't do that, that's it. We're saying the same thing. If you don't do that, if you marry 4 wives, you are already sin. That's the sin. It's a punishment.
No, but that's what I'm
so don't say the religion is actually smiling.
I disagree with you all. I told you that my dad is a Christian, my mom is a Muslim, and I'm from Ilokonom. It affected me growing up, you get, and it's still affecting me till tomorrow. It does guarantee a successful relationship. You know why? You get, if you might be fasting, I might not be fasting. You might
want to do.
And I want to do. You might be going to Lalatri Kodri or night vigil. We are two different people. We are having different voices.
That's the point I was going to. It's not religion that guarantees.
Yeah.
It's the people practicing religion.
Yes.
Me now, I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
I'm very, very religiously unserious.
I am.
No, listen. And by unserious, I don't mean I lack faith or I don't believe. It means that I'm not a worker in the church. I don't know what's going on there beyond attending. Mainly because I don't want to be involved in politics and things like that in church. I'd like church where I can escape from the world. So I don't want to be doing other things beyond pulpit business in the church.
Serve my God.
That's all I want to do there. So, but you see, so anybody who is more serious than me, right, would dictate the religious direction of the household.
Even if she's a Muslim?
Without conflict.
Even if she's a Muslim?
Yes. Why? You know why? Because I'm not forcing. I won't force. And children would sooner or later decide. And children will not take a religion because you make them do it. It's the parents that connects with them more.
It doesn't guarantee.
Thank you, baby.
Because the Christians are even
on the table.
Christians are
guarantee.
It's coming.
It doesn't guarantee. Can I ask you a question?
Hey,
if you and your husband attend the same church, does that stop him from being a cheat, a wife?
It doesn't stop him from
being
a cheat.
It doesn't guarantee for me, and it's because I've actually seen people who married in the religion, in Islam, and it didn't work. And I've seen Christians who married Christians and it didn't work. So I don't care really. As long as I'm in the same parish even. So really, as long as I'm happy with who I am with, that's it. Okay, and to be a part of this conversation, subscribe by clicking a link somewhere around this box.
It's down.
Of where your phone or your laptop or your tablet. Just click somewhere around. And you can follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and be a part of the conversation.
Follow me, Case Blake, in the building. Chocolate thunder.
Chocolate thunder every time.